Hey everybody, welcome to this training on Amazon FBA. During this training, I want to show you a few things. The first thing I want to show you is why Amazon FBA makes building a business really easy. And I don't know if you ever heard about Amazon FBA, but I think it's one of the best opportunities, especially if you're trying to make extra cash, on the side. And yeah, as far as opportunities go, I think it's a great way to start. If you're trying to bring up your cash, if you're trying to leave your job, if you're trying to raise capital for maybe doing other investments, I think Amazon FBA is the perfect place to start, and I want to show you why. Before I get into that, let's talk about what it is and how it works. So Amazon FBA, it's a little bit different than maybe other Amazon programs that you've heard about. For example, this is all so Amazon just recently released this, well, relatively recently, and the whole point is that they're going to be doing all the fulfillment for you. So not just do you get to partner with Amazon, as in you get your product pretty much on the biggest storefront in the world, but they also do the fulfillment for you. So let's say you're sourcing products from China or somewhere else in the world. Amazon would actually let you store your product in their warehouses, and then they do the delivery for you. So you get to take advantage of Amazon Prime shipping, delivery rates, all that stuff, and that's what we want to get into this video. Now, remember, if you like the video, please like the video. I'm gonna be doing this pretty much every day, and we're gonna come over here and talk about Amazon and ways that you can monetize and make a lot of money on the internet from your home, wherever you are. Okay, so let's get started with that. The first thing I want to do is I want to actually show you some real accounts, so that you know that this is possible. And I don't know where you are in your life. I know when I got started back in 2007, the internet was, and not just the internet was being started, but pretty much selling online was just coming online. I know Amazon started in '98, but still, not a lot of people were buying things online. People were pretty, they thought it was pretty sketchy even to put in their credit card. Today, with pretty much everything we do in our lives, buying online has become kind of second nature. And Amazon, again, it's a great place to make to not just make kind of a supplementary income, but this could essentially replace your current job. And not just that, but it could really allow you, I think, to live the life of your dream if you have that vision. And that's kind of what I want to show you. So the first thing I want to show you, it's one of the accounts. In this account, this is the last 30 days, and you can see that selling this product for $26, we've sold approximately 2,000 products, 1,600 or so, and in the last 30 days, it's equaled about $30,000. So I think for most people, let's say even with 40% expenses, you're still making over $15,000, and that's again, I think for most people that that's money that can change your life. And again, if you want to take that money and then use it for other investments or something else, again, I think this is the best vehicle, and that's what I want to show you during this whole series of videos that we're going to be doing. The second thing is I want to show you also this other account. Now we've kind of broken down our numbers here a little bit more, but here we're selling about 3 products. You can kind of see the cost of the products, what the net was between each product, the margins, the return on investment, how much we spent on on promos. So essentially, promos are like discounts that we offer users in order to buy the product when we're launching it. The refunds, and then the units sold. But in total, essentially after all that's accounted for, this is a total. This in these 3 products, we made a total of around $51,000 in 1 month. And again, this was no PPC, no launch, no rankings, none of that stuff. And again, that's what I want to show you in the series of videos. But in this video, pretty much, I really just want to stress and make you aware of the opportunity that you have with Amazon FBA. And again, hopefully it's something that after watching this that you get excited about. And even if you're not completely sure how it works, then at least subscribe to the channel, and then listen to it every day, and then see what you get out of it. Because I do think if you spend a little bit of time and apply what we're going to teach you, that maybe you don't make $51,000. I can't promise you anything. Or maybe you don't make $30,000. But what would an extra $5,000 do for you? Again, I remember when I was getting started, $5,000 for me, that was pretty much everything. I promise you. I was broke. I was getting out of high school. Again, I didn't have many skills other than I think web design and graphic design. But as selling online, buying online has become a lot more of a thing. All these new opportunities are have become available, and one of the things I wish I had, and I did in many ways, but one of the things I wish I had when I was getting started was all these opportunities, and I think now is the best time, better than ever. That if you're somewhere in your life that you're not making the amount of money you want, you don't have the life you want, I think this is the perfect time to kind of like put your flag on the sand and say, hey, you know what, it's time to change something. And I think Amazon FBA, I think it's a you know it's a vehicle that can allow you to get that. So hopefully I can help you with that. The last case study that I want to show you, just so you can see that this is actually possible. Maybe you've ever, I don't know if you ever heard of Anchor. They're a huge company, $600 million. What they do is they sell third-party accessories for like phones, so like chargers and like cases, things like that. Okay, maybe you go to the mall, you see Anchor. They're like, I mean, they're somewhat in the U.S., but they're like in Latin America. They're in a bunch of other countries, and these guys started on Amazon, and right now they're doing about $600 million, and they're kicking ass. So again, I'm not saying you can do $600 million, but what I am saying is, I think Amazon FBA, it's one of the best opportunities, and I just had to bring it to you. Again, we do this every day. We study from the best people. I'm going to try to bring you the best information I can, absolutely free, and I think you will get more from this than any other course that I think you can buy for $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 or whatever. We're going to show you the tools. We're going to show you what's working now, and yeah. So, anyways, strap on. So, before we get started, I also want to be pretty honest with you, okay? Maybe you have a side job right now, and I wouldn't say just quit your job and do Amazon FBA. Get comfortable with it, okay? Like, understand the business, understand the metrics, understand what you're doing, and only when you feel comfortable, like, take that step, okay? But at least make the decision that you want to change something. So the first thing I want to answer because this was the question I had when I first started. When I first started anything, I'm like, okay, how much do I need? Because again, so many of us are in many different situations in our lives. So I'll tell you this: the startup cost for this, I don't think it's a lot. Okay, if you've ever done any other business, it costs a lot more, right? So to get started, but just so you know, it's gonna take around $2,000 to $4,000 just to again do a few product launches, right? See what products work, see what products don't work, fulfilling them, doing some of the videos. Maybe you have to hire someone to do product listing, product demos, things like that. Okay, just in total, anytime you have like $2,000, $4,000 around, I think you have just enough to get started. Okay, maybe your first products do good, maybe they do bad. Hopefully, again, with these lessons, we can minimize those bad products. We're gonna show you how to product source, where to find your products, what products are good, what products are bad. But either way, you have to account for that risk, like in any other business. This is a business as well. So account for that. But I think again, anywhere from $2,000 to $4,000, set that aside. If you have a job right now that's paying you something, then decide right now what it is that you want to set aside. Set a timeline and get your first $2,000, get your first $4,000. Once you have it, keep watching these videos, and once you have that, then you'll be ready to take that step. Okay, but again, that's around the money you will need to kind of like make this happen for you. Okay, another thing I want to stress. Okay, with this type of business, there's again, that's kind of why I want to bring it to you, because I do think it's an incredible opportunity, and especially with Amazon, you're always one product away, just one product away from again, like reaching whatever goals you have. Whether, I mean, again, it depends. Obviously, like the bigger product inventory you have, the more you're gonna make. But one product can make you $5,000, $10,000, $30,000 a month. Okay, just one product, just the right product that you hit it well, it's selling well, you're getting good testimonials, you're fulfilling all that. Just one product away. Okay, so it doesn't take 5, 10 products. It doesn't take years to get this thing off the ground. It takes a few $1,000s. Finding the right product, sourcing the right product, okay, finding your niche, and again, you can potentially replace your job if that's what you're looking for. And again, I think it's a great opportunity for everybody. So let's talk about some of the metrics that are happening right now at Amazon and why it's such an amazing opportunity. So I don't know if you know this, but nearly half, of U.S. internet users started product searches on Amazon. So Amazon's not just a place where you buy products. Amazon really is a search engine. Okay, and that's the way to think about it. And the big difference with Amazon versus Google, or like if you're doing advertising on Facebook, the big difference is that every search that starts on Amazon, it's a buying intent search, right? So no one's on Amazon that doesn't want to buy something, and that is such a huge hurdle. If you've ever done any type of selling, launches, anything like that, like so much of the process of selling and copywriting and like getting people to know your brand, all these things, like you don't have to do any of that if you're selling on Amazon, right? Amazon, you're kind of borrowing their their brand, you're borrowing their traffic, with fulfillment, you're borrowing their infrastructure. So you get to really have a partner on your side that has invested billions of dollars, and they're letting you put your product on their store and sell it. And again, like I don't know anywhere else in the world that you can do that for $2,000 and and start a business. So again, this has never been, I think, seen before in the world. I think this opportunity, it's like, I think it's incredible. I'm a student of business. I've been studying business since I was 17 years old. And it's never been easier. It's never been, done this way. And again, I'm excited to bring it to you. I hope you're excited. This is crazy, So here's, let's continue on. So Amazon gets around 2.7 billion visits a month. That's incredible. I think they're like the top 4 website in the world as far as traffic goes. And again, of those 2.7 people that visit that website, 50% of them, are trying to buy something. 50% of them, right? So do you think you can get like just a portion of that? I think you can. Okay. We're definitely going to help you try to get that. So I just want to drive home the fact that this is a huge opportunity, and it's only going to get better. So I think if you jump on this right now, and you really stick to it, you really set goals, and like you really commit to it, this is this is a godsend. So I would definitely take advantage of it. So let's now that we know what the opportunity is, what is Amazon FBA? So like I told you, this is fulfillment by Amazon. So instead of you having your own product, sourcing it, you having to rent a warehouse somewhere, store it, pay for that, like ship it, all that stuff, you don't have to do any of that. So fulfillment by Amazon means that you can put the product on Amazon, right? You find the product somewhere, wherever you find it, you buy it, you send it to Amazon, and Amazon will do the shipping and selling for you, and the fulfillment. So they will take care of everything. Okay, that's incredible. So Amazon is your new best friend. Okay, if you ever gone to like a big store like Walmart or Target or whatever, try calling them up and buying something, I don't know, anywhere, a product, and be like, hey, can I get my products on your shelves? Like, that's not gonna happen. Okay, like good luck with that. In Amazon, you have you have a place that gets a lot more traffic, that gets a lot more that everybody's there to buy something, and you have a way to like get in front of those people every single day. Okay, and Amazon will actually fulfill your product for you, and you don't have to do anything crazy. Okay, all you got to do is find a good product, post it, and again, this is exactly what we're going to show you. You also get to take advantage of Prime shipping. So Amazon has already, again, they've done a lot of the heavy lifting for us, right? So with Prime shipping, which a lot of people are subscribed to this, then you get access to an incredible infrastructure, right? Your customers essentially can get their products within 2 days. A lot of times even within 1 day. So that's, again, if you're trying to do this by yourself, if you're trying to bootstrap this on your own, like good luck, like it's just not possible. And now you have this incredible partner on your side that's allowing you to use their store for you to put your product on them. So again, I think when you really think about it that way, this is one of the best opportunities in the world. Also, you just get complete advantage of their whole infrastructure. So when it comes to discounted ground shipping, Prime shipping, all that stuff, all that, you get all that, right? And you never have to see your product. You never have to handle your product. Again, I think you should. We're going to show you some techniques that is going to increase your conversion. So again, this is not to say that you shouldn't see your product. I believe, see your product, like touch it, feel it, work on the packaging. Okay, like don't don't slack on this stuff. Like, do a good job. If you do a good job, it's only gonna pay dividends. Okay, so like, don't slack. But I do want to drive home the point that if you never want to see your product, if you never want to touch it, if you want to like be completely hands off, you can. I don't think you should, but you can. Okay, but again, I think it's a bad idea. So I wouldn't even like harp on that too much. But again, it's totally possible. And for some people, like if you want to make quick cash and like you want to treat it as like a quick cash opportunity, I don't think this series of videos is going to be good for you. We're trying to build a real business, and that's what I want to show you. I want to show you how we've done it, how other people have done it. And again, I want you to like treat this as a real business because it's a real opportunity. I think it can provide an income from your family. And I can tell you like what drives me every day. You know, I have a picture of it here. You know, this is my mom, my family, my kids, like everything, you know, like that's what drives me. So you got to figure out what drives you. And if you think this is a business for you, then treat it like a business. Okay. Don't treat it like a quick, you know, like a get quick rich scheme, whatever that is. Like treat it like a real business. Okay. You have like a real partner with you in Amazon. If you screw that up, like they will cancel your accounts and like you're pretty much like fucked. Okay. Don't do that. Okay. Treat it right. We're going to teach you like the things that you should do and you shouldn't do, what to avoid, what to do right, how to set your whole thing up, how to look for the products. Treat it like a real business. And I think, you will get the benefits of a real business. And again, it's an incredible opportunity. So let's talk about some metrics. Okay. If you ever taken an accounting course, this is going to be second nature to you. But again, income minus expenses equal cash flow. And I want to go over that in this video. You know, what does it really take to like get this business off the ground? I want to go like over some of the metrics. But just again, write this somewhere. If you've never taken an accounting class, this is what it's all about, right? Income minus expenses. Minus expenses equal cash flow. You have to know your metrics if you want to be in business, okay? And this is, beyond like just paying taxes or whatever. You got to figure out how much is it going to cost you to run the business? How much do you got to pay, right? How much are you going to make? And then that's your cash flow. And again, you're going to be measuring everything against cash flow. So the biggest thing then to understand is your fees, okay? So when it comes to this, and we're not going to talk about sourcing in this video, okay? So stick around to the next video in the series where we're going to talk about where to find your products and all that. But I do want to get the fees out of the way because a lot of people think that, and I don't think many people like actually are honest about this. But I don't just want to promise you like pie in the sky things. There are fees. Like I said, it's a real business. Amazon is doing a lot of the work for you. Yes, you got to take advantage of that, but at the same time, you got to pay for that, okay? And as your business grows, maybe you get more sophisticated and like you can like set up your own infrastructure. But I think to get started, if you're going to go through FBA, then you got to understand the fees, okay? The first thing that they're going to charge you is a referral fee. So Amazon is pretty much referring to you, their customer. Like I said, you're getting to use their platform. They're driving all this traffic. They've pretty much set up the brand. And you're getting to piggyback, right? It's like having your product in Walmart, right? Walmart has all like done everything, and once you get a contract with Walmart, you're pretty much like guaranteed that your product is gonna sell. Well, if you do a good job with Amazon, it's kind of the same thing, okay? And we're gonna teach you how to do that, but that's kind of what you're paying for. So that's the referral fee. Basically, it's a listing fee. It's a listing fee for having your product on Amazon, and it's usually around 15%. It varies by category, but like this is the average, okay? So just again, you gotta like factor this in when you're doing your accounting, when you're trying to like once you have your $2,000 to $4,000 to like start, like that's what you gotta like factor in, right? So like yeah, you might have a huge margin, but then these are gonna be the things that are gonna be eating away your margins, and then after all that, you have to calculate and figure out does it make sense to sell this product versus another product, okay? So I'm going to show you all that. The FBA fulfillment fee. So this is warehousing, delivery, returns. Again, it's a fee you're going to have to pay, and I'm going to show you the links under this video where you can go and check out all the fulfilling what those fees are. It's again, I don't think it's a lot. Compared to like if you had to set this whole thing up, like think about it, first and foremost, it probably wouldn't even be possible. So they've done all that, right? The trucking, the shipping, like when you take all that into account and like you do the math, it's peanuts, for like the opportunity you're getting. Also storage fees. There is monthly storage fees and long-term storage fees. There's also like seasonal storage fees. So there's like these two things to think about. Again, under this video, check out the links, and then I'm gonna so you can check all that stuff out. But like these are the things you have to take under account. Selling fees. So to get an FBA account, it costs $40 a month. Or if you don't want to spend the $30 a month and you want to go on a by item basis, it's $1 per item. That's ridiculous. Don't pay $1 per item. Like, pay the $40 and then just make a ton of money, because $1 per item, like, once you do the math that I'm going to show you, it eats up all your profit, right? If you're making $10 profits and you got to pay $1 for like every time you sell for the selling fee, that's 10% of your sales. That's 10%. That's a shut ton. Okay, pay the $40, be done with it. So fees. Here's kind of the equation for this. Fees are this: total fees equals referral plus fulfillment plus storage plus selling costs. Okay, those are going to be your expenses in this type of business. Okay, so again, referral plus fulfillment plus storage plus selling costs. That's what it's going to cost to run this business. Okay, all right. I'm gonna show you a link to the FBA revenue calculator. So with this calculator, you can kind of see what your revenue is going to be, what your cost, then like what your actual net profit is. And again, like at the end of the day, we want to go and always remember, income minus expenses equals cash flow, and you always want to be thinking cash flow. Okay, cash flow is king. So let's talk about the financial metrics. So now that we got fees out of the way, okay, what is it that we need to focus on then on the other end, right? So it's income minus expensive. Let's talk about some of the income stuff. So financial metrics. You got, and again, these are like not every financial metrics. If you're an accounting student, like you're going to be just, you're going to feel right at home with this stuff. But if you're not an accounting student, I want to at least walk you through some of the main metrics that you should always be like, that these are the things that you always got to like keep track of, okay? Like, get a notebook, get organized, okay? Get your shit together and get an Excel sheet, whatever you need, okay? But like, you got to keep track of this stuff. First thing is revenue, okay? You got to understand like what is your gross revenue, okay? Or like, in other words, is your gross profit. Again, like this doesn't mean much. We'll get more into detail about that, but you got to know this stuff. Then your net profit. Then you got to know what your return on investment is. This is again what's going to like drive a lot of your decisions once you're doing the math and once you're like trying to pick out the right product, all that stuff. So return on investment. Then you want to make sure your inventory turnover. Some items are seasonal. Some items sell all year round. Some items, whatever. You got to know your turnover, especially if you're going to be paying storage fees. You don't want something sitting there for like months. So you want to like make sure you calculate this stuff, because again, like it's going to impact your bottom line. Okay. If you have something there sitting for, and especially if you have something sitting, and again, I'll show you this link, but if you have something sitting towards the end of the year, like in the Q4 of the year, Amazon actually charges a lot more versus the first 3 quarters of the year, simply because there's a lot more demand, right? During the holidays, everybody's buying. So like Amazon, you're using their warehouses, like their like infrastructure, and there's a lot more demand. There's a lot more like that they have to do on their part. So again, and of course they're a business, so like let's get over that part. But yeah, it's a lot more in Q4 than it is in the first 3 quarters of the year. And then at the end, you're like, again, the final metric that you want to like tattoo on your forehead or something, cash flow. Okay, that's the most important metric for any business. Okay, that's like the blood in your body. So first of all, revenue. What is revenue? So revenue, it's units sold times sales price, right? So like how many units do you sell for how much? Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. This is also known as turnover. This is a top line number, so it's pretty much a vanity metric. This is not what you should. A lot of people, like whenever you see like videos on YouTube or wherever you see them, like this is where they're gonna say like, we made $1 million on Amazon, like whatever, it's like, yeah, but like how much did you make? Okay, yeah, you processed $1 million, but like what's the bottom line? Like how much do you make, right? So like that's what revenue is. Revenue is that like top number. Again, if you want to like run your business that way, it's up to you. I think you run it into the ground. You got to know like the real metrics, okay? But revenue, again, it's important, but it's not the most important thing. There are some times that there are some products that we're going to show you that have a high revenue but really low ROI, whereas there's other products that have a not as high as a revenue but a huge ROI, and if you sell a lot more of those, then you have a lot more cash flow, right? So that's these are the things, like that's why revenue is not the number that should be guiding your decisions. Also, it's so yeah, again, it says nothing about your success or profitability of a business. Some people use it it's a number you need to know, but it's not the decision number. Okay. Then you have gross and net profit. So gross profits, it's revenue minus cost of goods sold. So yeah, again, you already know what revenue is, which is units sold plus sold price. So once you get your revenue number, you subtract the cost of the goods sold. So how much does it cost you to actually source the product, get it shipped or whatever, like into the Amazon stores, have it sitting there, like what was the final cost? And that is an important metric for product evaluation. Okay. Again, we're gonna show you all this stuff in like later videos, but just again, be taking notes on all these things. Then you have your net profit, which is your gross profit minus all other expenses, right? So it's not just the cost of the goods sold. That's where you factor in the warehouse fees and all those other fees that we talked about earlier, right? So this is essentially going to be your like take home money, right? Like this is what you want to know, right? Like what are you like getting at the end of the day for all your effort? This is an important metric to gauge the success of, this is essentially the success of your business, right? This is going to drive whether you have a business or you don't. This is going to drive whether you're going to keep working at McDonald's for the rest of your life or you're actually going to make something of this. Then you have your return on investment. Again, this is a super important metric, which is profit divided by money invested. So there you go. So 100% ROI equals, like, let's say you put in $10 and you get $20 out, you got 100% ROI. Okay, that's pretty easy. It's like an accounting, like any accounting class will teach you this stuff. I'm just kind of going over at a surface level, but you need to know these things. But it is a critical metric. Then you have inventory turnover. So it's a total cost of goods sold divided by the average inventory value. Okay, so this essentially tells you how quickly you're selling your inventory. Again, it's not going to make or break your business, but you want to calculate this because remember, you are going to be paying for storage fees. Okay, and again, in Q4, like storage fees go up like 3x. Versus the first 3 quarters of the year. So that it becomes a lot more important at the end of the year than at the beginning of the year. Okay. So if you're selling seasonal items, then that's, this is huge. So yeah, inventory turnover is total COGS divided by average inventory value. Again, not a primary metric, but it's important to calculate because you're going to be paying storage fees. And the final thing we want to touch on, it's cash flow. So again, cash flow is king. It allows you to afford more inventory. And the one thing you want to remember is you never want to run out of cash, okay? You never want to run out of cash. You always want to have a cash reserve. Sometimes you run out of inventory. So like, let's say you're getting a lot of sales and that's great, but now like you're getting all these sales, but you can't get your product over here because like you actually have to fulfill it, right? So you need the cash. And there's ways around this, like, we'll teach you this in sourcing your product. So once you have like a relationship with like a vendor, especially if they're like, in China or in another place, sometimes you can have a lag between for like when you place your order and when you have to actually pay that. But at the beginning, like you don't have that relationship. They don't trust you. They don't know like you from Adam. So like you're nobody. Okay. At the beginning, you need the cash. So if you run out of cash early, you're pretty much like screwed. Okay. Like you can't sell your product anymore. So that's why I wanted to tell you at the beginning, you need at least $2,000 to $4,000. You can like bootstrap it like with that. Like if you had like 5K, even better, 10K, even better. But again, that's kind of what we're going to be going over in all these videos. Yeah, I pretty much do a video every day. So, stick around, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Hopefully this was you like this video. Let me know in the comments what you like, what you didn't like, what you want to like learn. Again, come back every day. We're going like if you subscribe, I think YouTube sends you a notification. Like stick around to those notifications. Okay, turn off some of the TV, like turn this stuff on. I think you make a commitment to yourself, and this year with Amazon FBA, I think by the end of the year, you'll be surprised where you are in your life. Okay, so anyways, a lot of love, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.